Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. Amma ba'du. So that's the beauty of taking classes online. You can listen to two at once, mashallah. Anyway, here we are with inshallah ta'ala, we're going to do two surahs today, and we're going to start with Ash-Sharh. We're going to start with Ash-Sharh, and then we're going to do At-Teen bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Ash-Sharh and then At-Teen. Right? We'll be able to finish them both because they're short, inshallah. Ash-Sharh. Ash-Sharh here in Surah Ash-Sharh, they translate it as the exposition or the what is it here in the Noble Quran? One second here. The Noble Quran translates it as what's that? Inshirah. They say Surah Al-Inshirah, meaning the opening of the breast. They translate it, or they have it actually as Surah Al-Inshirah, not Surah Al-Sharh. Right? Inshirah. Inshirah. And it's funny because this book here has it as like that, right? Inshirah. Both of them coming from the same, meaning sharh, like a sharh of hadith. Sharh Sahih Bukhari, to expose it, to open it up, right? Maybe it's closed to you, it's the information in it is locked up to you, and they are here opening it up to you, right? They're opening it up to you, making it easy for you to understand, right? So this is the meaning of a sharh, right? And it is mudaf ilayh, as we can see. He says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alam nashrah laka sadrak. Lam. Is a question word. It's harf istifham. It's to ask a question. It makes a sentence into a question. Lam is a negation of the past tense using a present tense verb. Nashrah is from that root. Sheen, ra, ha. Same from the title, right? That's why we get the name. Nashrah, meaning to, we opened. The noon is we. Did we not open? Did we not, what's it say here in this one? I just had it. Did we not, did we not open for you? Did we not open? Laka, for you, sadrak. Sadrak. Sadr is your chest. Right, is your chest, right? Here, it can also mean your heart. What's in your chest could also mean what's in your heart. You say, man, you got something on your chest, meaning you have something in your heart, right? So that's what it means. So here, we open for you your, did we not open for you your chest? Your chest, sadrak. Did we not open for you your chest? وَوَضَعْنَا أَنْكَ وِزْرَكَ and وَضَعَ or وَضَعْنَا, right? وَضَعَ meaning to place, right? To place something. If I tell you to place, let me go over here, get us some writing room, I'm sorry. If I tell you to, there's a table, and I tell you to place the book on that table, place the book on the table, what are you going to do? You're going to carry it and put it down on the table. So sometimes wada'a, mean to place, can mean to put down. To put down. Right? To place it down. Not to put it down like to humiliate it or to belittle it, but to put it down. And here it means to remove. Wada'a here means to remove. Right? We placed it down. We took it anka. Wada'a an, wada'a an, when you put the an there, right? Meaning from you. We placed it from you. Not wada'a fik or ala. It could be maybe putting it in. But here, wada'a an, meaning placed it an, from you. We placed it down from you, meaning we removed it. Anka, from you. What did we remove from you? Wizrak. Wizr can be translated sometimes as sin, sometimes as sin, and sometimes it is a burden, right? Or something which is heavy. And sins are heavy, right? Sins have a weight and they are heavy, right? But here it's not talking about sins. Here, what we're talking about is the Allah Azza wa Jal having the angel or the angels come to the Prophet ﷺ and open up his chest when he was young and take out his heart and wash it, right? And wash it and remove the black spot from his heart so that he could become ma'soom, so he could become sinless in the future, right? He could become protected from committing sins. So this is what the ayat is talking about. Alam nashrah laka sadrak. Did we not open for you your chest or your heart, right? Wa wada'na anka wizrak. And we removed from you your burden, meaning that black spot in your heart, right? Alladhi, that which, anqada, coming from noon, qaf, dad, like the word nawaqidul Islam, like the word nawaqidul Islam, right? To have something which nullifies. Here, basically meaning it weighs you down. It keeps you from moving, right? It keeps, when something, it nullifies your freedom. It nullifies you maybe from moving around, right? It nullifies you from being at ease. So that's a relationship between the word anqada, noon, qaf, dal. Form 4, as we said, meaning to weigh down, to weigh you down. Anqada dhahrak. Dhahar is your back. Dhahar is your backside, right? We have sadar. That's a bad picture. We have a person's front side, and we have his backside, his dhahar, right? His front side and his backside. This is his sadar, and this is his dhahar, his back, right? Alladhi, that which, anqada, weighed down, dhahrak, your back. That burden was weighing down your back, and with the tafsir, inshallah, it'll become clear. Wa rafa'na, from rafa'a, meaning to raise. Rafa'na, and we raised, rafa'na, we raised, laka, for you, dhikrak, your mentioning, your reputation, as it might say in some translations. We raised for you your fame or your status, your mentioning. Here, meaning in this life and in the hereafter. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the most famous name in the world. More people name their kid Muhammad in the world than any other name, right? We hear in the adhan, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. We hear it in the iqamah. We say in the salat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. We're always mentioning him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Allah raised his mentioning, right? فَإِنَّ فَإِس, so or therefore, inna, meaning emphasis, like surely or indeed, certainly, verily, truly. Inna ma'al usri yusra, ma'a, with al-usr, with the usr, difficulty. Ain, sin, ra is difficulty, right? Not usr with a sad, like wal asr, but al-usr with a sin, right? Difficulty. Yusra, right? Coming from yasin, ra, meaning ease. With every difficulty is ease. And we notice here that there's an alif lam on usr, and there is not one on yusr. That there with every or with the difficulty is ease. Inna ma'al usri yusra. Indeed, it just repeats the ayat, it seems. Inna ma'al usri yusra. And again, we have this alif lam, showing that this difficulty is one. It's the same difficulty, right? While the ease is separate. So with every difficulty, there comes two eases, right? There's a time before it that was easy and a time after. Your whole life is not hard. Your whole life is just not constantly hard. Not only is the difficulty, after that there's a relief, and then in the hereafter there will be even another relief, right? So with every difficulty there is two reliefs. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْسَبْ. Fa, we know, means so or therefore. Either means if or when, right? If or when. Faragta, from faraga. Faraga meaning to have some free time, right? Farag is to have free time. Faraga meaning to be free, to not have anything to do. So here it means when you finished from something, when you become free. Faragta. So when you became free, when you don't have anything to do. Fansab. Fansab from noon, sad, ba. Fa meaning then. Then unsub. Unsub or insub would be, if I was to start from the beginning, it would be insub because of the fatha here. But because of the fa, we just say fansab. So fansab means to start or to do something else. To start over, right? To start over, right? To begin again, right? To get ready, to prepare, meaning for something. So, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ, and with the tafsir, inshallah, it will become clear. From noon, sad, bi, get ready, prepare, start, right? وَإِلَى, and to رَبِّكَ, your Lord, فَرْغَب. Farghab comes from ra, ghain, ba. It means to have hope. Like when we studied Thalathatul Usul, we say raghba wa rahba. You have to have hope and you have to have fear. Raghba, which is hope. Farghab, then turn to your Lord in hope. Farghab, then hope in your Lord. Turn to your Lord in hope. Are there any questions about the Arabic of these words? Where they come from or what they mean? طيب. If you do, write them down, sisters or whatever. Amir, I don't know what he's doing, listening to another lecture at the same time, or he's somewhere where there's a lot of noise in the background. You can write it down, inshallah, in the chat if you have a question. Alam nashra laka sadrak. Again, we said this is when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had his chest opened up, right? Opened up when he was a little kid, in order to have his the black spot removed from his heart. Did we not open for you your chest? This black spot being removed allowed him to be raised as Al-Amin, As-Sadiq, Al-Amin, the truthful person, the one who was trustworthy amongst the people, and therefore he was able to carry this prophethood, right? وَوَضَعْنَا أَنْكَ وِزْرَكَ, and we removed from you your burden, meaning we replaced those things which happened in Jahiliyyah or whatever might have affected you. We removed that from you with that burden and with things that might have happened before. His chest was opened up at 2 times, and some say there are 3, but the third narration they say is weak. But his chest was opened up 2 times, right? And this happened to him twice in his lifetime. Once when he was little, and once when it was preparing him for revelation, or when it was preparing him for the Isra and Miraj, right? When it was preparing him either for the revelation or for the Isra and Miraj. So he had to have a pure heart to be able to do these things. And his burden was lifted. Whatever might have taken place before he became a prophet, all of that was taken away from him. Alladhi anqada dhahrak, right? Meaning these heavy things which used to weigh you down, thinking about the when you used to go to the cave, and when you used to go to the cave and meditate or contemplate. Meditate is not a good word. Contemplate might be. It's a type of ibadah where he used to worship his Lord. All that's gone. Whatever he used to worry about is gone now, right? He removed that from him. وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ, as we said, in the adhan, in the iqama, in the shahada for becoming a Muslim, in the salat, all these things that these times that we send salat upon him and say his name, then Allah raises his name. And as we said, with every difficulty is an ease, meaning that every difficulty has two eases. That difficulty is one. That alif lam shows that it is definite. And with the difficulty is ease. Indeed, with the difficulty is ease, showing us the same difficulty. But the ease was mentioned nakira 10, meaning indefinitely, so that you could see that there is more ease than difficulty in life, right? And then at the end, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ, when you finish, when you have finished, when you become free from something, then prepare. When you've become free from something, then start or get ready. Meaning, when you finish salat, then move on to something else. When you finish salat, are you finished with ibadah? No, you sit there and you make dhikr, right? When you finish making dhikr, are you finished with ibadah? No, you go out and you say the dua for leaving the masjid. When you finish from leaving the masjid, are you finished with dhikr? No, you have the dua for the car. When you finish leaving the car, are you finished with ibadah? No, you have the dua for entering the house. When you finish, so on and so forth. When you finish one act of ibadah, move on to another. Right? When you finish one act, you finish one battle, go back and teach the people. Right? You learned one thing, go teach it. You finished one type of ibadah, go and do another. That's the meaning. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. And when you finish one thing, go move on to the next. Get ready for the next. You don't have the Muslims don't have a period between the ibadah where I did all I could do for Allah today. I'm going to take a break and do me, as some people say. This is one of the most ugly statements I've ever seen. I'm going to do me. You do you, I'm going to do me. No, I'm going to do the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm going to do what he did. وَإِلَى رَبِّكَ فَارْغَبْ, and to your Lord have hope, meaning all your actions that you do, have hope in Allah Azza wa Jal that He will accept them and He will give you help in doing them, and that He removes you from the fire because of them. Are there any questions? Now, for the i'rab of Surah Ash-Sharh. As we said, Surah Ash-Sharh is mudaf ilay. Surah Sharhi. Right? Mudaf ilay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We've covered that. Alam nashrah laka sadrak. Have we not opened for you your chest? Right? Is a harf istifham. It makes the question, right? Or hamzatul istifham. It makes the sentence into a question. Lam, as we said, is a harf nafi wa jazm wa qalb. It negates and it makes the verb after it, the present tense verb after it, majzoom, and it makes the present tense verb after it, meaning the past tense. So nashrah, did we not open? Nashrah is we open. But with the lam, we opened. Did we not open? Meaning in the past. And we can see it's majzoom with the sukoon after lam. Alam nashrah. Right? Laka sadrak. La is a harf jar. Kaf is a pronoun in a position of being the pronoun mebni ala fatha. Right? But it's in a position of being majroor after the harf jar. Sadrak. Sadrak. What did we open? What did we nashrah? صدرك مفعول به منصوب with a fatha. And the kaf is مبني على fatha, yet it is the مضاف إليه مجرور. Any questions?
لا.
ووضعنا عنك وزرك. wa is harf atf. It's a connecting letter, meaning and. It connects the two sentences. We did this and this. It's like a continuation and a connection. ووضعنا. وضعنا is a past tense verb. وضعنا, and we placed. You have a question? Then ask it. وضعنا is, and while he's asking or typing, وضعنا is a past tense verb. مبني على سكون. Why is it مبني على سكون? Because of the attachment of the na. Right? So it's مبني على سكون when the noon alif here is attached to it. This noon alif is what? It's your fa'il. Even though na is مبني على سكون, right? It's your fa'il in the position of being marfu. Who did the placing? Who did the removing? We did. Na. ووضعنا. Right? ووضعنا عنك. عن harf jar. ka is a damir متصل, an attached pronoun, مبني على سكون, in the position of being majroor after an. Right? وزرك. Wizra, the burden, right? The burden is your maf'ulun bihi. We removed what? We removed your wizra. Wizra, your burden. Maf'ulun bihi mansub with a fatha. And wizrak is mudaf ilayh. Right? It's a damir, muttasal, a connected pronoun, mabni ala fatha, built upon that fatha, is not going to change, and it is in the position of being majroor mudaf ilayh. I'm waiting on you to type your question, Amir. Alladhi. Alladhi. Right? Alladhi is ismu mawsul. It's a connecting noun. Right? Okay. I just said it. Alladhi. Ismu mawsul. It's a connecting noun. Mabni ala sukoon. It's always going to be a sukoon on that ya. It's always going to be a sukoon on that ya. And it's in the position of being mansub. Right? Why? Because it is a sifa of wizra. Alladhi. What are we talking about? Wizra. Wizrak alladhi. So it's a sifa for wizra. So it is mansub here. Anqada. Anqada is a fil madi. Fil madi is form 4 of noon qaf dad. Right? Form 4. And that which weighed down, fil madi mabni ala fatha. Right? Where's your file? Your file is hidden. Mustatir. Takdiruhu huwa, meaning huwa. Right? That weighed down. Dhahrak. Weighed down what? Dhahrak. Dhahra is mansub. Maf'ulun bihi. Object of your verb with a fatha. Right? And the kaf is a damir muttasal, a connected pronoun. Right? A connected pronoun. Mabni ala fatha, built on that fatha, is not going to change. Fi mahal al-jar, mudaf ilayh, in a position of being majroor because it is mudaf ilayh. Any questions?
لا.
طيب. وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ. Wa harf atf, meaning it's connecting the sentences together. Rafa'na, from rafa'a, to raise. Rafa'na is a fil madi, a past tense verb, mabni ala sukoon, because of the attachment of the na al fa'ilin, the na of those who are doing the action. Right? So because of that, it is mabni ala sukoon. The na here is your fa'il. The na is your fa'il. But na is mabni ala sukoon. There's always going to be a sukoon on that alif. It's in the position, however, of being marfu' as the fa'il. It's the one who's doing it. We raised. لك. La harf jar. Kaf is your ism majrur. It is ضمير متصل, an attached pronoun. مبني على فتح في محل الجار بعد la, right, in a position of being majrur after the la, the harf jar here. ذكرك is again مفعول به. ذكرى مفعول به. We raised what? We raised your ذكرى, your mentioning. So it's مفعول به منصوب with a fatha. And the kaf, as we've been saying every single time, is a damir muttasal, attached pronoun. مبني على fatha, is built on that fatha, is not going to change. في محل jar مضاف إليه, in a position of being majrur because it is مضاف إليه. Any questions?
لا.
طيب. فإن مع العسر يسرا. Fa is a harf استئنافية, meaning something that shows continuation, right? Something that shows continuation here. And the inna is a harf nasikh wa nasib, making the noun after it mansoob, right? فإن مع. مع is a dharf, a zaman. مع is a dharf, or here a dharf al-makan rather. Dharf al-makan. مع is a dharf al-makan, a adverb of place. An adverb of place. And it makes al-usr after it mudaf ilay majroor. It makes it majroor. And yusra is your ismu inna. It's فَإِنَّ يُسْرًا مَعَ الْعُسْرِ. That would be the sentence. With every difficulty there is ease, or with there is ease with every difficulty. Right? There is ease with every difficulty. Right here, the khabar, inna, which is ma'al usri, was brought forward. It was brought forward. Instead of being after the ism inna, it became before it. So yusra is ismu inna, mansoob. Ma'al usri is khabaru inna, right? Khabaru inna, marfu'. Any questions? Inna ma'al usri yusra is the same i'rab except for the fa, right? Inna is a harf nasib. It makes the noun following mansoob. What is the noun following it? Yusra. Inna yusran, right? It has ismu inna, right? Ma'a, a dharf makan, is an adverb of place. Al-usr is mudaf ilay majroor after the dharf, and this is together khabaru inna, marfu'. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ. Fa, as we say, is harf isti'nafiyya, meaning to continue, right? Something for continuation. إِذَا is a dharf. It's a dharf showing something going in the future, and it has the meaning of a condition. So it's if or when. If or when something happens, then this. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ. Faragta is a fil madi, a past tense verb. Mabni ala sukun. Why? Because of the connection of the ta al-fa'il, the fa'il, the ta, right? This is your fa'il, ta, anta. You did it. The ta here is your fa'il, mabni ala fatha, in a position of being marfu', because the fa'il is always marfu', right? So, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ. So if you become finished with one thing, you free yourself up from one thing, fansab, fa here. This fa here is called basically like al-waqiya fi jawab, idha. This is basically the answer to the idha. So if or when you become free, then. So this is like the answer. This is the condition, the shart, and this is the jawab. Then do this, right? Fansab is a fil amr. It is a command verb, right? Then get ready, then prepare, then start over. Fansab. Fil amr mabni ala sukun. The damir, or the fa'il. The fa'il is hidden inside of it, and it means enter. You get ready. Wa harf atf, right? It's a connecting letter. Ila rabbika, ila is a harf jar. Rabbi ismu majroor with a kasra. Rabbika mudaf mudaf ilay. Kaf is الضمير المتصل مبني على فتح في محل جار مضاف إليه. فرغب, fa here is again the jawab, going back to the ila, ida, right? This fa here goes back to the ila, just like this fa did. And also farghab, have hope. Fansab, start over, get ready, prepare. Farghab, and have hope. Have hope, ila rabbika, in your Lord. Farghab is a fil amr, mabni ala sukoon, even though it's not written there because of tajweed purposes. Right? We have a ba here and we have a ba in the bismillah of the next surah. Farghab. Right? It's fil amr, mabni ala sukoon. The file is anta, mustatir. Takdiruhu anta. Tayyib? Any questions? Huh? It's hidden inside of here. When you tell someone to do something, this is why we say when we do our verb a day thing, we say there is no third person and there is no first person. There's only these two in the middle. Right? There's only second person. I can only command you. Right? And even if you command yourself to do something, which would be first person, you're talking to yourself. You say, Abdullah, get up and do it. As if you're talking to, as if you're another person. But I can't tell the guy in the other room to do something unless I talk to him directly. But I can't talk about him and tell him to do something. I can't do it. I can't talk about myself and tell myself. I can only talk to myself like I am another person. So farghab, any command verb, when we look for the fa'il, it's always going to be either anta, antuma, anti, antunna, antum. It's always going to be you. The fa'il is always going to be you. Now, which form of it is going to be depending on who you're talking to. I could be talking to a group of people, right? But if I say, for instance, irghabu, right? Irghabu. Irghabu. Like, have hope, all of you. This is Jem. Where's my file? My file is a wow. It's not mustatir here. And it means them, all of you guys together, a group. Because this is wow jama'at. This is the wow of a group of people. But here in farghab, if I say irghabi to a woman, right? If I say irghabi to a woman, where's my file? This ya, right? This ya al-mukhatiba is showing me who it is. If I say irghaba to two people, right? My file here is the alif nain. That's my file, right? If I say irghabanna or irghabna for the noon and niswa, then my noon and niswa is going to be my file basically. But here in irghab, we don't have the noon for noon and niswa or the alif nain or the waw jama'ah or the ya mukhatiba. So where is my fa'il? It's mustatir. It's hidden. And it means anta, you. Is that clear?
No.
Tayyib. Happy to clear that up for you, brother. Surah At-Teen. Surah At-Teen is, as we know, Surah At-Teen is mudaf ilayh. Right? Mudaf ilayh. So, teen comes from ta, ya, noon. And it's just a word which means the fig. The fig. Right? The fig. Surah al-fig. Teen is a fig. Right? Like the fruit. The fruit. Not like the fruit. The fruit. The fig. Right? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We already know the meaning of that. What teeny here, wa here, doesn't mean and. Here, this is the wow of al-qasam. This is the wow of swearing. Allah is making an oath, like wal asr. Right? Like wal adiyati dabha. here is the wow of swearing. He's swearing by the fig. Wa zaytun. Here, this wa is and. It's still swearing because this wow is called harf atf, meaning it's connecting them. And when you connect something, whatever happened to the first one happens to the second one. Right? That's how it works. The connecting, whatever happens to the first one happens to the second one. So even though this wow is harf atf, and we might say by the fig and by the olive, we only say by the olive tree because of the connection here, right? Because of the connection. It goes back to the first wow, which is the oath, right? As zaytun comes from zayyata, zayt, meaning olive, or zayt here means zayt in itself means oil. And it comes from the zaytun. That's where we have olive oil. That's where we get it from, right? Zaytun. Zaytun is the olive, right? Olives or the olive tree. It could be the fig tree or the olive tree in general, by the fig and the olive, by the fig tree and the olive tree, right? Waturi sinin. Again, this wa is a harf atf. It's a connecting word, but it's making, as we can see when we have a wow al-qasam, it makes the noun after it majroor. Nouns are never majzoom, ever. So that's a mistake of the tongue. They makes it majroor. Here, tur is again majroor because of this harf atf, this wow connecting them, right? And tur is a mountain. Tur is a mountain. From ta waw ra, it's a mountain like jibal or jabal, right? Sinin, huh?
The name of a mountain.
No, just mountain. Sinin is the name of the mountain. Sinin is Sinai. How do you spell it? Sinai. Like Mount Sinai. Sinin is the Arabic word for, they also say in Arabic though, they also say Sina. So why is the difference from Sinin and Sina, right? I don't know why they might say this or that, but they refer to the same mountain, right? Tur, maybe because this is what they call it today, but back then they called it Sinin. So, but either way it goes, it's the same mountain. Waturi Sinin, and by the mountain of Sinai, or Mount Sinai, right? Wahada, wa means and, again connecting it. Hada, and this al-balad, and this land, and this is majroor because balad is a badal for hada. It's a substitute or a replacement, and hada is majroor just like tur and zaytun and teen, except we don't get to see the sign of jar here, right? Because it's mabni ala sukun, as we'll see inshallah. But its replacement is not mabni ala sukun, so therefore you will see its jar. And by this land, al-amin. Al-amin from alif, mim, noon. Here meaning, amin meaning safe and peaceful, secure. And by this secure, peaceful, safe land, right? The tafsir is showing us real quickly that this is Philistine. A teen was a tune. Where do figs and olives mostly come from? Philistine. Waturi sinin, and this is in Misr with Musa alayhi salam. Wahada al-balad al-amin. Wahada, and this sacred, secure place, city, meaning Mecca. So this is Isa, this is Musa, this is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, right? Allah is swearing by these basically three places. What is he swearing? What's the purpose of him swearing? لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. لَقَدْ, lam is a lam of emphasis. قَدْ is also a way of emphasizing something, right? خَلَقْنَا, we created. Al-insan, we created who? We created mankind, right? Fi, in, ahsan, the best. We have Hasan and then Ahsan. Fi ahsani taqweem. in the best of taqweem. Taqweem comes from qawwama, right? Like the word mustaqim, like comes from qawwama, like iqama salat, to establish. Taqweem here means to be raised up, or to be fashioned, or to be formed. When you erect something, we made him on the best, basically how they translate it is mold, the best fashion. When you erect something, you fashion it, right? Fashion this clay, this hump of clay, fashion it like a vase. You would take it and make it, curvy or whatever, right? You would make this clump of clay, you would fashion it, you would erect it. It wouldn't just be laying flat and lumpy on a table anymore. Rather, you would erect it like a vase, or into a vase. So here's what it means. Taqweem meaning in the best fashion, in the best mold. We created man in the best way. Thumma radadnahu. Thumma, and then. Radadna, from radd, to return. Right? Then we returned him. Radadnahu. We returned who? Him. We returned him. Asfala safilin. Asfala, from the normal part is, the normal word here is safil. Safil, meaning low. Right? As we see here, safil, meaning low. Asfala is like ahsan, the lowest. The lowest of the lows. Then we made him the lowest of the lows. Asfala meaning the lowest. So when they say he's in the asfala jahannam, he's in the lowest of the hellfire. Asfal. Safilin, safil is something which is low. From all of this, of course, from Sin Falam. Illa, except alladhina, those amanu, who believe, wa amilu, and perform or do as-salihat, righteous actions. Falahum, for them, ajrun, for them is a reward. Ghayru, not or other than, memnoon. Memnoon comes from mim noon. And I skipped over most of these words because I think we know them. Ajr, salih, amil, we did these mostly, right? Ghayru means not or other than. Memnoon comes from mim noon, like to be, to have a favor upon someone. Right here, this is, it will not be, here, the form that this is in, it means it will not be stopped. It's in the maf'ul fashion, right? And it means to, if we say, for instance, I'm trying to figure out how to make the connection of the word here for you. Menna means to favor someone or to spread the favors, right? So if something is spread, right, it becomes weak, right? So if you have a piece of iron that's this thick, it's strong. But if you stretch it out, maybe you could bend it. You can't bend this big old block. You can't bend that, right? But if you stretch it out, maybe you could bend it. So memnoon here meaning that these favors will not be spread out so much that they'll stop, right? They're going to have a reward, an ajr, which is not going to basically be cut off. It's not going to stop. Fama, so what? Fa, so what? Yukadhibuka. Kadhaba, yukadhibu, meaning to deny something. So what will make you deny? Yukadhibuka. What is making you deny? Yukadhibuka. Why is it? You're talking about what will make you deny or disbelieve, as we said before, inside of Ara'ayta alladhi yukadhibu bid-din. Have you seen him who denies the day of judgment, denies the day of recompense? And we said this also means to disbelieve in it. So what will make you disbelieve or deny? Ba'd, after. Bid-din. Ba'du means here after or still. Why? So this word ba'd is a nice word to use. So for instance, I could ask Abdullah, have you mastered the verbs? Right? Have you mastered the verb charts yet? You could say laysa ba'd. Laysa is not, ba'd yet. Basically, not yet. So فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ. So what will still make you disbelieve? You see that Allah Azza wa Jal created you in the best fashion. You don't eat with your face like a dog or a bird or a cat or a lion or most other animals who eat with their faces. They don't eat with their hands. They just lean over and eat with their face. You don't walk with your head face down to the ground like most animals who walk with their head face down. You walk with your head up in the air. You walk on 2 legs, not on 4. You have a thumb which you can grab things. Allah created you in this best of way. Right? And He can reduce you to the lowest of low. Look how you became strong. And then He made you not be able to push yourself around. You need a wheelchair. You need someone to clean yourself. You need someone to clean you after you use the bathroom. He reduces you to this. After seeing all of this, right? Why do you still believe or disbelieve in the deen? Huh?
No, I was saying disbelieve. You can't believe.
Disbelieve or deny the day of judgment, right? The deen, right? The day of, here the deen means in the judgment. Yawm ad-Din, right? Maliki Yawm ad-Din. Alaysa Allahu, is a question. Laysa is a negation. Allah, we know what that means. Is not Allah bi ahkamil hakimin? Is not Allah the most just of judges? Ahkam, right? We have hakim, who's someone who's a just and he's a judge and he's just. Ahkam, meaning he's more just, right? Ahkam, like ahsan, ahkam al-hakimin. Is not Allah the most just of judges, right? Any questions about the Arabic there? The words, where they come from or anything like that? What they mean? Tayyib. A quick tafsir. And we'll stop there, bi'idhnillah. You guys, let me see here. Where is it at? Tafsir Surah At-Tin. As we said, At-Tin is swearing by the fig that the people eat, and Zaytun, which is the olives or the olive trees, and we can see that Allah is swearing by basically Philistine. This is the place of the fig and the Zaytun, the olive tree. Waturi Sinin, and the Mount Sinai, the mountain where Allah Azza wa Jal spoke to Musa, right? And Hadha al-Balad al-Amin, in this sacred city, meaning Mecca, that Allah Azza wa Jal swore by these 3 places where the wahy came to mankind. The books that we have today come from these 3 places. Came from Philistine, that's the Injil of Isa, and we don't have it today the way it was. I don't want anyone to misconstrue what I said. And the Torah of Musa from Turi Sinin, right? That place. So we don't have his Torah the way it came either. And the Quran from Mecca, and we have that the way it was sent down. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. As we said, Allah created you with hands. He created you walking on 2 feet. He created you with the ability to think, to know right from wrong. He gave you all of these great things. He gave you the ability. No animals have ever constructed buildings. They didn't construct high rises. They didn't invent electricity. You understand? They didn't do none of that, right? We did that. They don't fly in the air. You don't find a bird figuring out how to swim in the sea like we did with a submarine, and you don't find a fish finding out how to fly in the air like we did with airplanes, right? We have the ability to be on land, air, and water, not them, right? We figured that out, right? ثُمَّ رَدَّدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ السَّافِلِينَ. Then we return him to the lowest of lows. This could mean old age, when you become weak and you're not able to do any of this anymore. And it can also be He created you in the best way, and then because of your disbelief in the day of resurrection and your lack of of having iman in him, then he's going to reduce you to the lowest of lows, meaning in the hellfire. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, except those who believe and do righteous actions, right? Other than that, all of them will be reduced to the lowest of the lows in the hellfire. Those who believe and do righteous actions, they're going to go to Jannah, right? فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونَ, they're going to have a reward due to their obedience to Allah Azza wa Jal, which is never going to be cut off, never going to be weakened and cut off. فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ بِالدِّينِ, so what is going to make you disbelieve after having been created, after you can see the greatness of your creation? What will make you disbelieve that you will be brought back to him? Why would you disbelieve in this? Everything has a purpose except your life. Every screw, every nail, every hole, everything. And I went through this with my father. If you look at a water bottle, why are those creases in the water bottle? Why don't they just make a straight water bottle? Wouldn't it be cheaper to make a bottle that a mold that doesn't have all those little creases in it? Those little creases actually strengthen that water bottle, allow them to be stacked up on top of one another, to be stored and everything. If it didn't have those creases, that water would be weak. The same thing on cars. They put those creases on a car and the door and stuff to make those panels stronger. Because if it was a straight panel, it would bend easier, but that crease makes that panel stronger. All of that has a purpose, yet you in all your glorious magnificence in your creation has no purpose, right? Alaysa Allahu bi ahkamil hakimin, is not Allah Azza wa Jal the wisest of judges? He knows who deserves what, meaning from being returned to asfala safilin, or those who are going to go to Jannah. Any questions? Oh, yeah. It's a simple tafsir. It's not the deepest, but it's just, that's what you need. You need something simple, man. You get the deep stuff later on, step by step. Tomorrow, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, because we only have 5 minutes left and I know everyone's tired. Tomorrow, we're going to do the i'rab of Ateen, and we're going to do all of Surah Duha, inshallah ta'ala, meaning the word for word, the tafsir, as well as the i'rab of Duha. And then after that, we're going to start from Surah Naba. So tomorrow we're going to do, and I want to, this was something I really want to do. It's kind of dependent on you guys. If no one's going to show up, then it doesn't make sense. But because we missed a couple classes because I was sick, and we missed that one class, even though it was only going to be recitation, and this is taking us a little longer, and I would like to finish Juz Amma during Ramadan. That would be something that would be a ni'mah for me. I don't want to rush it though, but I would like to on Saturdays and Sundays. I had two class times set up. The one is like the 5:45, I guess, a.m. And then the other one would be like 1:45 p.m. So 1:45 to 2:45, or 1:30 to 2:30, whichever one you guys would like. I'll be in a room at 1:30. But I would like to maybe on Saturdays and Sundays until the end of Ramadan do one in the morning and one in the afternoon. If you can only catch one or the other, or if you don't want to do the afternoon, you guys just let me know. That way we could maybe finish Juz Amma during Ramadan. Any ideas?
Inshallah.
فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. So when you get free from one thing, do another. You want to make our best deeds the last of them. We don't want to put all the effort in the first of Ramadan and then get lazy in the end. Rather, we're going to increase at the end, and hopefully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts our deeds. Tayyib? Jazakumullahu khairan. I'll see you brothers, sisters tomorrow. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.